I mean, I said Brood Tinker, but I was joking, guys. What?
Let's go. Let's go. Yuragi Brood. Okay.
Okay. A completely change in step and direction here. See, a wry smile there from Yuragi. Like, yeah, I'm ready. Prepping myself. Shake everything off. Prepare for this Broodmother game.
Of where this hero, is made or broken, and you know, if you're not landing these arrows, generally you're just not really offering much at all in a team fight. Starstorm is like a pretty mediocre nuke. Leap is just this mobility spell. Moonlight Shadow you get a lot of utility from, but yeah, this hero's picked for arrow.
It absolutely is.
Oh, Misha.
Got some setup here, Misha. Chaos Bolt into arrows ready.
There we go.
They're going now. Set up stun. It's a 1 second one, and the arrow still lands. Fortunate there for Hokori. They get the kill, and Analog picks it up with the razors. So an early bottle is going to be coming out for the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, nice smoke moves, getting aggressive early on and finding a quick kill. It's going to help SF out a lot. Praising Hokori. He's still struggling to land these arrows on the Chen creeps. He gets a range creep at least, but that was not his goal. And now Vitali's in trouble with the Ghost Slow. Yep. That's an easy kill, and that just comes down to not quite hitting the arrow on that Ghost. Even micros into the tree to get back to safely. That's the great creep for this Chen to have.
Definitely going to be hard. Might have to bring the SF down there to deal with them as Gardic. Yeah, this ability for Amar and Tiger to Fisher and slow with the poison attacks. Gets in there on the Dazzle. And Lumiere attempting the trade, but now he's in a bit of trouble himself. Yeah. Tiger will close the gap. Another enchant totem. And Amar stacking up all the damage. Looking to kill off the CK, and even under this tier 1 tower, he's not safe. A double for Amar. And it's just like you said. Yes, the CK Dazzle offer kills onto this Earthshaker Viper, but it goes both ways. Yeah. I mean, it's 3 cores and it's 3 potentially scaling ones, but it's also lane dominated at the same time. So a really nice balance there. It's down at bottom. Yeah, they get on top of the Brood, but Yuragi has turned and survived the raises. Not enough damage to kill off the Brood Mama, and she's back in the trees. BZM's keeping them at bay. Analog's looking for it, but he's juked around. Oh, one hits. The raindrops, though. Yuragi turns and looks to kill off the Marauder. Gets the takedown, and now the web's away. No medium or long-range raise left. So Yuragi's out of there with an additional bonus kill.
Yep, Tinker's coming back in too. SF maybe needs to be a little bit careful here, but I think just the Tinker alone can't kill him. This is... Tinker Brood is goddamn scary. I mean, not just the spider factor, but you've got this... not boot to trouble. You just TP in with your King Conveyance, and you can just be anywhere on the map and kind of combo with the Brood. Even though you need more levels before you can TP to the units, it's still just so damn strong.
Offlane Broods, we've seen a lot of these aura builds. What do you reckon is from the safe lane Broodmother? And do we go back for the Orchid kind of style?
I kind of want to see that. I feel like Yuragi going for like tons of kills here, as we're seeing in the mid lane. He's found the SF. Like, just play this active hunting Brood. You've got a Tinker in your team. They want to go for kills all over the map. They'll kind of camp probably Amar in the top lane, just pressuring the tower by himself with the threat of a Tinker TP in. But yeah, for Brood, let's go fight. There's the Orchid. He's queued it up now.
Another pick, really paying off. Top of the net worth for Yuragi at 4,800.
Here comes the rotation top, though.
Yeah,
and they get the arrow.
Tiger, Amar, getting caught out by Gardic. He's going to get stunned up, though. The enchant into Fisher blocks away the CK Mirana. And with Misha's arrival, they can turn and fight this. Penitence on the Chaos Knight. Viper getting stunned up for a few seconds, but Lumiere dead. 8-3. OG stomping. Coming out of these lanes, incredibly powerful. And Tiger, he's got the Tumbler's Toy into Echo Slam. Fisher catches the Mirana, but she's got 2 more leaps.
Missiles will do some good damage here. Has a range up, though, so even if they get vision for another, I don't think it's a kill, but... Bottom lane, Brood is doing Brood things.
Another Orchid, just to kill off some Ancients. Yuragi using it to increase his farm speed, which is already pretty nuts to begin with. But he might get caught here. The Roar, well placed by Vitali on the hero, and the arrow connects as well. Trying to kill off the Brood Mama with a couple of raises, but Yuragi down to the low ground, still alive. The Starstorm second hit lands, but Misha, the axes! They get the Brood Mother. 2 down now as Hokori defend their Ancients area. Again, heavy commitment as 5 heroes there, but still seems worth it to get Broodmother off the map.
Find these good initiations. Arrows are just so hard to land with all the summons from Chen and Brood. CK even going to ulti for this one.
Well, they see the Brood. They catch a glimpse of it with a Hawk. Didn't expect the Hawk to be up on that high ground, and Yuragi gets punished heavily. Now OG on the run. Pig pole from Viper, the Tumbler's Toy from Tiger. A little bit of mobility there allows OG to retreat with only one casualty.
Killed her a couple of times, and it feels like they're the ones who get to kind of dictate play now. Even with Aegis expiring, they're still grouping up as 5, ready to take a fight. But here come OG.
Yeah, the Yules out of Mirana stopping Amar from chasing forward for a second. Has to leap away now, though, as Yuragi focusing the CK on the top side of the fight. A lot of damage, and they need the BKB and the Grave on Lumiere. Losing Theo and maybe the Shadow Fiend too. Analog hunted down by the Viper and clicked into oblivion. It didn't feel like an actual team fight. That was just OG charging up high ground and finding the turnaround on Hokori.
Could actually be a Hokori smoke here. 4-man smoke. They see the Brood. They see Yuragi. But they don't get the sun.
They can't catch her. Tiger, right place, right time again. They'll have to kill the Earthshaker first instead. As OG, they're sticking around here. Even without Tiger ready, they've got Centaur Stomps to chain stun Analog, but he's got BKB Requiem, gets off the fear. Pushes back Brood, and now onto Amar they'll move. Find the Viper kill, and a double, in fact, for Lumiere.
Yeah, they're just playing around their numbers here and charging forward. What a great fight in the end for them. Even though they don't kill the Brood with the initial jump, they still make the most of it. And it's finally, it feels like finally Hokori will kind of make a smoke of their own that really comes up big there. Great job pressuring mid lane. They get the T2 tower. Because they had a Spiraling in the Roshan pit, they just had full knowledge that Hokori weren't in there.
Another Fisher. Analog, a little scared there as they blow up Theodore with the Viper and Tinker.
This is not looking good for Hokori. They're getting kind of outplayed here and just chipped away at.
SF has the BKB Requiem. Expending some big cooldowns. Manta to run away now, but he's been chased down. The Grave will come out, but Analog looking dead. Tries to TP with the Grave up on him, but the final bits of damage from OG will be enough. Catching Gardic in the back lines too. And 3 heroes swiftly removed. As OG, they're in the pit and taking Roshan for themselves.
Just outmaneuvered. And once OG get the vision on them, and Hokori don't get a clean engagement, you're just getting spammed. You're getting the Tinker treatment, the heat
position where they had to do something.
Nope. Hokori just kind of had the wrong read. Like, they smoked into the triangle, and OG were actually pushing out mid, so they needed to find a better way to just run some of these heroes. Lumiere has to BKB TP out. Nothing to cancel that.
And look, has the BKB as well. Okay. They've roared up the BKB Viper, trying to click him down, but Amar is incredibly tanky. He's got a Skadi, he's got a plate mail. Analog needs to be graved up, but he's been bashed now and should be finished off with a damage over time from Amar. Clearing up the SF, and BZM's diving base. Picks off Gardic inside that dire base behind the barracks, and the rest of OG pummel into the buildings.
OG are just everywhere. They're, forcing CK to BKB TP home while taking a fight elsewhere on the map, using this Tinker mobility, and gets sniped by the Fissure. Just absolutely despair here for Hokori, who looked like they were in an okay position to scale this game, but just got bested by the maneuvering of OG.
Yeah, I did not know what to expect coming into this with a Broodmother for Yuragi, a Tinker for BZM, but this feels like a prepared or pre-prepared draft from OG. They knew what they were heading into. They knew what to pick up here, and it was very, very well executed. I think I said he's farming. Oh, look, he's farming zombies, and Lacoste is like, "Shut up, idiot! you don't get the gold from it."
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I remember this change, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I think there was a period of it like being like bugged or.
Usually get the lightning bolt early. We're seeing, mostly the arc lightning and heavenly jump even being leveled up. Sometimes there's a value point, but even that is not a guarantee by any means.
And it looked like the smoke broke on him, but I don't think Zeus actually caught a glimpse of him as the fight breaks out down bottom. They do get that concoction onto Gardic, and with OG having 3 heroes down here, chasing the Undying back for Misha's first blood.
Not the ideal hero to get it, but he had to take it because Undying's decay was just about to come off cooldown, and he would have got a 3-hero decay. So, yeah, Misha a little bit behind some of the others, but Alchemist often has that kind of slow struggle in the early game, and then he'll easily catch up later on with the greed and jungle stacks. Misha,
he needs to help out Misha. It looks like Snap's okay. Even going to turn and try and fight Vitaly there as Lumiere dies to the Razor Earth Spirit. Able to close the gap up against this level 1 Time Walk, which has such a long cooldown. build up a bit of bank for the Alchemist.
Yeah, I was looking around and there wasn't much. They're going to TP bottom with the Void Spirit. They want to fight this.
Yeah, Tombstone's dropped, but Little Shredder makes short work of it. Concoction back on the Brood, and Vitali. Oh, that big Thunder God's Wrath, and Yuragi. He's dead. Vitali was able to turn with his level 2 Insatiable Hunger, sustaining up and going maybe for a third. That Spirit backs away. And the TP in from BZM with his Haste Rune, looking to roll in with Tiger. Doesn't connect on Gardic, but the double Astral Step onto Vitali. Should find this one. Oh, nearly got away with a missed chance, but BZM secures it. Speedy enough. No small camp anymore, so it's just going to be lane creeps over and over again for the Alchemist, while it looks like down at bottom, Hokori pressuring Tiger back. Aiming for a bit of damage on that tier 1, but the wave has been dragged across.
Yeah. Just making it harder for the Brood to actually go for the tower with another rotation from BZM. Vitali, yeah, no Insatiable Hunger this time.
Popped out by the Astral Steps. And Gardic, he's not got mana left here. Another decay in, what, 10 seconds? As Yuragi does die to Theo in the mid lane. But Gardic drops bottom to OG's rotations.
Both teams finding kills in different places on the map, Hokori doing a good job taking advantage that OG are prioritizing bottom to make that support rotation and kill an Alchemist.
And a Chrono top. Razor. Gonna get zapped down by the Zeus. The DD from Analog gives him the clicks and punches to take out Amar.
Nicely done. Great move there. I mean, using the Chrono off cooldown as a void when you're in the early game just to kill cores feels amazing. And killing an Amar Razor who'd been causing him a lot of problems in this lane up until then. Not the ideal situation for OG. This is not looking like your classic outgame. He's not top of the net worth. He's number 5. He's, he can ramp up, but there's not really many stacks waiting for him either. So the fact he was involved, like that outpost fight up top, he was the one stunning the Undying to help kill him, is not usually what you want to see from your Undying.
There's a huge pick off on the Zeus, though, if they can get him. Analog did break up to the high ground and gets the Thunder God's Wrath out, but OG, yet again, it's 4 heroes quickly on the tail of Gardic now. Undying magnetized down, and Vitali trying to hold a bit of a high ground here. Get away from the initiation of Tiger and Yuragi, slowing him down with a kick. The kiss is coming, but the concoction is a self-stun on the Alchemist, which might allow Lumiere here with a time dilation and maybe a Chrono. The missed sharpshooter not going to clip onto the Alch, and it looks like Lumiere opting not to Chrono him there. Going for Misha instead, the safer and simpler kill. Grabs the bounty rune on his way out. And Hokori, and they lose the Zeus. It's pretty sad for them. Yeah, all they need to do is land one big Chrono. They've got plenty of damage to dump in it with the Hoodwink and the Zeus, who are currently paired up. The kill threat onto the Razor. That's what they'll use it for. Dump everything onto Amar, even drag him out of the Chrono with the Bushwhack at the end.
Give him some false hope. You're free! Oh, wait, no.
Never mind. They had a massive amount of nuke damage. If they get on top of someone... Oh, Tiger nearly had the Faceless Void there. Centimeters away from catching with that rolling boulder into the silence, but they'll turn on Gardic and keep the streak going for BZM. And Lumiere here with no Chrono. I'm just going to try and chase them back. Maybe pick off the Misha Snapfire. And pops his stick, but with that sharpshooter and the damage, he does drop. Tiger still trying to get on this Faceless Void, magnetizing him up for the meantime, and Amar arriving to deal with Vitali. BZM angling for the back lines, but it's just the E-Blade Astral Step to clear up the Broodmother as Tiger stuck on the high ground now. Kicks Lumiere low ground, but Time Walk gets him over the cliff tops again. Lots of little backs and forth here between both teams, but it always feels like OG are the ones killing cores, while Hokori only supports for now as BZM gets away from the Bushwhack. Another dissimulate into the Roche Pit. Astral Step on cooldown for 15 seconds, though. Still an opportunity for Hokori to chase forward. The Cookie to try and save him up the high ground with the E-Blade, but he's dead. The Zeus damage, but the Void. He's gone, and Yuragi's appearance opening up onto this Hoodwink, battering away onto Theo the Core. A very far and a Bushwhack will buy him a bit of safety, even trying to sharpshoot at the high ground and successfully gets away. Vitali now joining the fray as Yuragi channels up another stun to go for the TP home. No Bushwhack, no way to stop him, while off to the left-hand side, Gardic is hunted down by Amar's Razor. See if Gardic can get a good high ground ward down.
Just seems a little bit too telegraphed, the full 5-man smoke.
Lumiere, he chronos the Snapfire only, and Razor with his BKB up, and Alchemist getting blown up. Down goes Yuragi quickly. Misha dead to the Spiderlings now as Tiger's rolled in to his own demise. Magnetized onto 5, but it doesn't matter.
Fighting the Alchemist. the perfect time, and they just blow him up. Even with the Chronosphere being off the mark, OG just have their out get deleted there, and they're right into the Roshan pit. Hokori mentioned the kisses were down. It's a great time to go for a 5-man smoke, and even if they were up, you can kind of see there, like, this is go time for Hokori. They just completed the pipe. They've got all this this ability to mitigate all this damage, and Void with the full Mjolnir is just dishing out. Yuragi just not having his BKB in time, and fortunately for OG, that's not the outcome they want. They'll find some more kills here in the mid lane. This Zeus would be a huge one if they can get it, but this Zeus is damn tanky.
And Tiger doesn't get the follow-up roll. Can't keep going onto Analog, and rolls away from a bushwhack there as well, while Lumiere jump forward with a time dilation, kicked back away by Tiger. Still going aggressively, though, and finishing off the Earth Spirit. Pretty low, though, this Lumiere Void, and loses the Aegis. Yuragi's into the back, aiming for Analog. Didn't get off his BKB, though, and Amar charging towards TI11, but I think this Hoodwink going to be pretty happy just dying here to allow the rest of the team to escape. As long as they can disengage, with the Faceless Void being caught by Tiger, though. Dragged into the Ether Remnant, chain stuns for days, and OG, they outplay Hokori.
Yeah, just charging forward, understanding, like, this time we're going to make sure we have these BKBs. Alk doesn't even need his because they're the ones getting the jump. Looks like they'll get an extra kill in Gardic as well.
Nice little bonus there for them as BZM grabs himself a double kill.
Yep. Just running at them. Chronosphere's down. They've got an Aegis, which is perhaps why Hokori thought they could chase and force this fight, but it's almost too easy to kill this Void.
Lumiere.
For the Chrono.
Yeah, he goes for it. Thunder God's Wrath there, and a sharpshooter to follow. Blows up BZM. What can they do off the back of this now? Because they're aiming in towards mid lane. A self-stun on the Alchemist. Tiger rolls across the Spiderlings. Straight into the army of Vitali. Hokori trying to regroup with the rest of their squad in that mid lane as guarding. He just plays forward onto the Razor, and the damage onto Amar is substantial, but not quite enough. His BKB allows a bit of a gap to be made. Tiger needs to save him, and Yuragi disappears. The damage out of this Lumiere Void clears through the Alchemist, and he's straight back onto the Razor again. BKB's up, whacks him down, and Hokori with a big team fight victory for themselves.
All 3 cores dead. That was just huge, and just a lot of great individual plays and rotations. Like Lumiere using the Chrono from the trees, not going for any kind of time walk in, knowing that if he time walks with that Chrono, you give Void Spirit the time to get an Astral Step or dissimulate out of there. So just really heads up play from him to get the gank down bottom. The quick move, right after getting the kill bottom, they're rotating mid because OG trying to make a play around the mid lane, knowing there's no Void, there's no Chrono. But Broodmother positioning, getting away from the Earth Spirit was just so on point here.
Damn sure. Tiger? Wow! Look at the roll! Somehow connects onto Theo the first time, and the Chrono whiffs completely. Oh dear, Hokori. Time to bail and run away. Tombstone's down from guarding. Vitali's on the high ground, but Yuragi pummels the Tombstone down. Misha being focused by Lumiere as Hokori trying to fight around this high ground spot. The Brood and the Faceless Void. Yeah, they're moving around very freely. A 2 for 2 so far, and even looking to chase him for more. Alk getting caught out by his own stun, and the Thunder God's Wrath, the save from the E-Blade, not going to be enough.
Once more, once BZM, and he's out of Astral Steps. This is problematic for BZM. He's going to TP out, but he needs to find someone to use it.
Bash.
And he's being found.
He's got the bash. Dissimulate.
Where's he going to go?
Bit of distance with a shard. He's in the trees. He's away from there.
Not quite farmed enough on some of these key cores. Chrono from smoke.
Straight on BZM. Dead for 60 seconds. Lumiere's even hunting for Misha here. They land the sharpshooter. And he jumps forward again. If he catches a bash, this should be the death of the Snapfire. And Misha, who just fought back, is now dead for 70, while Amar, he walks in with his BKB, draining a bit of damage and clicking onto that Zeus, the Force Staff and the Heavenly Jump. Gets him a bit of distance, but he's still dead. This has allowed Lumiere, though, to have a free fight. As Yuragi, he's looking for the Hoodwink, but guarding. He's got that amp damage, and Yuragi being turned on now. Good placement of the Tombstone, the Wraith Pact, forcing OG back. But Hokori have also suffered casualties of their own. 3 heroes dead. Where's Lumiere? Is he gonna go solo Roshan? Are you able to do this?
I think he might be.
All across that mid lane, looking for where OG are. Very nice micro, individually moving the little spiders as Lumiere jumps up and down from the high ground spot. Gardic with a tombstone, trying to defend it with his soul rip. Misha Amar focusing in. There's the chrono. Lumiere aiming straight in onto this BZM Void. He's got Neon Disc, but is it enough to save him? It looks like no. Pop down, and the Earth Spirit's about to follow. Gets off a Cyclone as Uragi zoned out, and the turn onto Amar. They land the bashes, and Log TPing home to escape from the static link. And Lumiere, he's got the catch onto the Razor. This is what Hokori needed, but Uragi, he's back in the fight, and Amar with his BKB, enabling the kisses to land onto the Faceless Void. He's silenced up, he's controlled and killed. I thought Hokori had this one, but OG say absolutely not.
He fully bought out for a Scotty here, so you're Void without buyback. They need the Zeus to do the damage here.
A sick cookie in, 2 supports caught by it. Uragi's Alchemist doing so much damage, but he's taking a lot himself.
Zeus is caught too.
The spell damage coming, and you're right, the Zeus being drained of all his right click by Amar. Kills off Gardic, tries to escape here with a heavenly jump in the invis, but Analog shredded by the Razor. Meanwhile, they've caught out Vitali's Broodmother, and that is a huge win for OG.
They may just win the game over this. Only Zeus has buyback now. Catastrophe. Like the Zeus, the Chronos were good. The problem was the Void can't kill all these heroes by himself.
I mean, they've also got this Aghanim Scepter on Tiger as well. Able to turn someone into stone when they're in the Chrono, so another saving tool for OG to play around with. Uragi taking a lot of damage though, getting blown up by the Zeus, and all of that spell amp does not get saved, so the Aegis is claimed, and that Lumiere is in with a 2-man chrono, aiming for BZM. The Kisses zoning out the back lines, and Misha, he's the target as they do kick away Uragi. BZM still up and running, while Amar trying to retreat from the high ground, but he's tanky with that harder Taras. Chronoed up, catching Uragi and Amar though, and Hokori defending their high ground. And the BKB's up for the Alchemist as Tiger rolls back in. Magnetized to zone and control up Analog. Tiger and BZM though getting shredded. The double Cyclone sent skywards, but landing down with a lightning zap. Zeus clears them up, and a triple for Lumiere's Faceless Void. Chaotic team fights, swinging back and forth in this game, but Hokori defend their base. OG got to do something about this.
Do they feel like they have to stop this one? Do they feel like they have the ability to team fight into double Chronosphere as well? Gobble up, toss in a creep.
That's going to scare Hokori for a second, and Lumiere realizing, you know, there's no commitment. I'm going to go back into the Roche pit. Getting dragged by the Ether Remnant into the Kisses and the roll. They've got a bit of chain stun here onto the Faceless Void, but Lumiere's able to get the Chrono off onto the 2 of them inside the pit. Grabs up the Aegis and the Refresher Shard as Uragi's chasing Analog on the right-hand side. But this Faceless Void, taunted, stunned and controlled. OG doing everything they can, but Lumiere just refuses to die. First life finally claimed up as OG kill off him and the Undying. Cheese grabbed by the Earth Spirit. As Lumiere inside the pit still with his BKB to go, gets another Chrono, finding Uragi's Alchemist and whacking him down. That's him gone. A huge fight for Lumiere's Void, and there seems like nothing can stop him here. Gets away from the 2 spirits. Amar though with a triple kill on the other side. Did find the Undying another time as Theo forcing himself away from the Razor, but it's still this Lumiere show. Getting gobbled up and spat on, rolled upon by Tiger, BZM, and Uragi. The control! The Abyssal Blade right at the last second kills off the Faceless Void, and OG with the buybacks. I mean, are they victors here in this fight? They've come out on top.
They've used a lot of buybacks, but also on the dire side, you're going to be forcing out a Void buyback most likely. An absolutely chaotic fight. Amar just doing another great job getting on the back lines, initially dealing with the Void. The static link, stealing attack speed now as well, making Void's first life basically useless, but the second life of Void carrying the team fight. Amar's going for the throne here. Void has to buy back. I feel like if they want to stand a chance to defend this one.
Yeah, they've got this Aghanim Scepter Razor shredding through buildings. Tier 4's looking worse for wear. And the roll in. Good gobble up. Analog being focused. Amar has moved in aggressively, and BZM hunting for the Zeus. The buyback from the Faceless Void is here, but he's got no Chronos to play with. Has to time walk away, but they will get a Thunder God's Wrath out. Kill off Tiger and aim for Amar. The trouble being, your throne is falling. No clip available for the Dire team. Faceless Void has to fight mano a mano against the Alchemist. They've got the little piggy dead. He's gone for 2 minutes now, and Lumiere, he gets a double kill and looks for BZM. All the blink away. Another Dissimilate available after this Yule Scepter. He needs to create space and survive. Lumiere looking for the bashes or the bushwhack, and he finds it. The big Aghanim Scepter there, allowing the time lock to land onto BZM.
The good thing about the other side lanes is you're not resetting the glyph, because what OG have is triple glyph. They've already used one, but they've got two more. You kill a tier 4 tower, it resets the glyph, and I think Hokori are going to be like, okay. Oh, whoa!
Yeah, he's straight onto the 2 cores, but the gobble up save. The play there, the second
next chrono
will come in, catches 3 of them, and Lumiere's killed off the Void Spirit. No heroes for OG left now. They've all been destroyed by Lumiere. The Razor, he's in a 1v5, stuck in between the Hokori heroes. Tried to static link back onto Analog, and he's incredibly tanky with his Satanic and Hard, but Lumiere's got the damage to bring him to his knees. Yuragi and Amar, 2 versus 4 now. And Hokori,
no chronos, but it's like you say, 2 versus 4 is no chronos enough to take this fight.
There's 2 tombstones still on the floor as well. And this Time Walk Aghanim Scepter with the Time Locks landing is incredibly irritating. Lumiere just jumping back and forth, but he's a Blitzer bladed up. The stun from Yuragi and the damage from the Razor, but look at how much Hokori can push onto Yuragi's Alk. He's about to fall through his BKB and dead for 100 seconds.
It should just be GG now. Nobody to defend the base here. Except for Amar's Razor, all by his lonesome self.
Try as he might, you cannot fight against Hokori's 4 members in your base. Down goes the Razor. Tier 4's cracked open now. And GG called. Hokori tied up 1-1. It was a very close game, though.
Honestly, what a DotA game. This was so much fun to watch.